Hello, this is Cameron, and welcome to another video by the Lab Maniacs. As always, we have all deck lists from this video listed in the description below, as well as our social media info. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the show.
Hello, this is Simon. I'm going to be piloting Yisan, the Wanderer Bard. Yisan is a mono-green creature for 2 generic and green. It's a 2/3 human rogue with the ability 2 generic green tap, put a verse counter on Yisan, Wanderer Bard, search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to the number of verse counters on Yisan. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So what Yisan does is it plays a very good game against stacks. It does so by simply putting creatures onto the battlefield through a variety of creature combos. It has multiple lines of winning, and it mostly depends on board. It's a very reactive deck. My opening hand consists of 2 forests, 1 Wisp Heath, a Green Zan Zenith, Wild Growth, Thorn of Amethyst, and Sol Ring. This is very good because Yisan's turn 2 play should always be to put Yisan into the battlefield. My first line of thought is that I can go Forest, Sol Ring, Thorn of Amethyst, which locks the rest of the board down as well. This is a very, very, very good hand as we have multiple ways of playing Yisan on turn 2. I'm going to Forest, Sol Ring.
Okay.
No responses. I'm going to play a Thorn of Amethyst. No creature spells cost 1 generic mortar cost.
Ew.
Boo.
Alright. My turn?
Pass the turn. Yep.
Cool. Draw. Hey everyone, Dan here, and today I will be playing my Doomtide Thrasios partnered with Tymna deck again. So this week my opening hand consists of a Bloodstained Mire, a Turnabout, a Swords to Plowshares, an Eladamri's Call, Cabal Ritual, Birds of Paradise, and Imperial Seal. So this is a pretty greedy hand, and I'm keeping it knowing that it is a very large risk, but it has the potential to be incredibly powerful. So depending on what I draw turn 1, like if I draw a land, I am totally in the clear to Imperial Seal for a Lion's Eye Diamond, and attempt to combo off with Bomberman on turn 3 by grabbing Auriok Salvagers with Eladamri's Call on 2. If I don't draw a land, then it's probably better to play Bird of Paradise and set myself up for turn 3 or turn 4 depending on my draws. All of that could change if Yisan manages to get down some kind of an early sphere effect, but I guess we'll see where it leads. I would like to play Bloodstained Mire.
Okay.
I will crack going to 39 for a Bayou and cast a Bird of Paradise. And after that, I will pass turn.
Okay. Draw a card. Hello again, Cameron here. Today I am piloting my Tasigur control deck. As some are shocked to hear, it's a control deck for competitive Commander. People said that control decks don't really work in competitive multiplayer Commander, as it's either a stacks battle or a race to combo off, which I found to be mostly true. However, Tasigur can function based off his ability to reuse any card in my graveyard. In multiplayer, I can temper Tasigur's ability by choosing who I want to, making my opponent's choices much more in my favor by choosing a player who is also disadvantaged by what I want to interact with. Whether it's a static orb or a time twister on the stack, if I have enough mana or one other person doesn't want it around, I can get the appropriate card from my graveyard and respond to that threat. Today, my opening hand is a Barren Moor, Wooded Foothills, Polluted Delta, Sylvan Library, Exploration, Life from the Loam, and Mox Diamond. This hand has everything I want except for interaction. There's no card here that does anything that touches what my opponents are going to do. However, I have Sylvan Library. I will live off of Sylvan Library. I will pay 8 life every single turn into Sylvan Library, and it is going to give me the interaction that I need. I am most likely going to be life from the Loaming every turn I possibly can, so that I hit all my land drops and I get a mana advantage. I want to be ahead of my opponents. I want to have extra cards. I'm not going to have very much life this game, but we'll pull through. We can do this. And then we see that there's a Thorn of Amethyst out. Yeah, I wish I could have 3 mana on turn 1. I only really have 1 mana now, and I can't cast anything else. Here's hoping for top decking some sort of interaction for that turn 2 Yisan. Polluted Delta. I'm going to crack it, get a tropical, use the tropical to play a Mox Diamond, discarding a Baron Moor. And pass the turn.
Okay. What's up? Okay. Play Forest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast a Elvish Mystic. And I'm going to cast Yisan. Any responses?
I'll be a little upset, but I have no responses.
No response
Your
for
upsetness
Yisan.
goes on the stack. Alright. Yisan is currently in play. Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. That's unfortunate. I will pass turn.
Untap. Draw a card. Wooded Foothills. Gilded Drake. I'll take a Yisan.
Yes. How do we do this on camera?
A few moments later. I'm back. I'm sorry about the wait. I, in fact, do not
worries.
know where a Yisan token is.
I don't know where a Gilded Drake token is either, so...
Yeah.
It's okay. I only consider both of you utter failures.
Hey, I'm the one with the Gilded Drake. I can't possibly assume I'm gonna have one of everything. So,
I don't know. I've seen your collection.
that's true. I'm just gonna use
You
that.
could swap
for
down
now.
that beta time twister and turn it into just about everything else. And a normal time twister.
No. Eventually. Gilded Drake. I'll take the Yisan and pass the turn.
Okay, that checks the span around my works. Gonna put a Windswept Heath into play. Gonna tap my Soul Ring for 2 colorless. A Forest and a Mystic for green. Gonna play a Wild Growth. Enchanting my Forest.
Nice.
I'm gonna put a Lotus Petal into play.
Are you paying extra for your Thorn?
Soul Ring.
Okay.
Gonna pass the turn.
Okay. Draw for turn. Classic Dan. I would like to... pass turn. Discarding turnabout.
Crack Wooded Foothills, get a Breeding Pool.
Shock?
No. Shockingly, no.
Oh, it's not even a good pun.
I know. Shockingly so.
You make me sick.
Shocking.
Wow.
I can see I'm not winning this.
Like this is this is shockingly bad, guys.
I know, it's great, isn't it? Okay, let's see.
I want to go play with Jerry and Cobble now. I'm done with this pod.
Twilight Mire. Pass the turn.
I'm going to end of turn Heath. Forest effect.
Well, that's not shocking.
Oh, I hate you.
I'm gonna punch you in the head. That thorn really screwed up my plans.
Thank you. Guess what a Gilded Drake did to me?
Hopefully, screwed up your plans.
Draw.
You're a Yisan chicken.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to Green Sun for 2.
Green Sun for 2. Alright, Dan, what are you doing?
Green Suns for 2. I would like to Swan Song that.
Do you have to? I don't have the token. Sure. Yep.
Alright, he has been swanned.
Ghost Quarter into play.
Okay.
Yeah, pass the turn.
Cool. Untap. Draw for turn. Oh my goodness. Death Right Shaman.
End of turn, activate Yisan. Is that good?
Yeah, that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Bird? Oh, Death Right. Because you're mean.
Draw a card. Dan, exile your
Yeah.
Bloodstained Mire. Life from the loam, targeting
Ugh.
these 3 lands.
You got it.
Play a land for turn. Pass the turn.
I'm going to Summoner's Pact.
I have no responses.
I have a response.
It's a solid response.
Fetch. Simon, you're gonna hate me. Getting a Underground Sea. Shadow of Doubt.
Ooh. The worst counterspell for that. Hey Simon,
I'm gonna.
you know what you should do?
Kill myself.
You should strip mine him.
Yeah, I don't have a strip mine up.
You have a Ghost Quarter.
Yeah, that's shit.
He can't
has a
search his
DR
library this turn.
Here's a DRS in play. Oh, that's right.
He can't search his library this turn.
Okay, I'm going to sacrifice my Ghost Quarter
Well.
and kill Dan's bio.
Yeah, I figured.
All right. Yeah. I draw my
Pass the
card.
turn.
Draw for turn. Oh my god. That's never getting cast. Okay, let's think. In the spirit of giving, I'm gonna exile your life from the loam.
Yep, that's fine.
And
we
each of you loses 2 life.
we lose 2 life.
After that, I'm gonna pass turn. Swimming in salt.
Draw a card.
So Simon, how come you haven't been attacking him with your flyers?
Because this is cEDH, and it's against the spirit of the format then.
Oh, sorry, I forgot that the combat step is frowned upon.
Exploration.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Play second land for turn.
Glad I got that loam.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so happy when you tapped out.
Yeah.
I'm probably losing, but like, maybe you are too.
I fetch one. I wait for it to resolve. I fetch the other. We're gonna exile the Ghost Quarter.
That's not cool.
Thanks, Simon. That's what's not cool.
Cast Tasigur. Sylvan Library.
That's not good.
Dan, attack you for 2. Pass the turn.
I'm gonna crop rotation. Yeah?
I have no responses.
No responses. I'm curious if he has a Homeward Path in there. I doubt it.
No.
Nah. Although, admittedly, It's not terrible tech for a deck like mine or his to consider when playing against you.
It's really not. I'm gonna
Which one is
grab a lodge.
That's untap target elf.
Alright, so I'm going to go to my turn. Untap.
Sure.
Upkeep. I'm gonna pay for Summoner's Pact. Green.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna draw for turn. And I don't know, go to combat. Dan,
You
take
have one
6.
card in hand?
I have one card in hand.
5, you mean? Or are you attacking with the Mystic too?
Elvish Mystic is a bolo card.
Okay, 6. I will go to 31.
Pass the turn. So Elvish Mystic really captures the spirit of the deck, which is hardcore Voltron. Like, the tap ability in Yisan is not actually that good.
Draw for turn. I'm gonna... Simon, lands in your graveyard?
A forest. And
I'll exile the forest with Deathrite Shaman to add black.
Yeah.
I'll make another black, and I'll cast Imperial Seal.
Seems good.
I'm not getting
That's
a
fine.
land. I'm not getting a land. I'm not getting a land.
He's
I'm
lying.
not getting a land. I'm not getting a land. I'm not getting a land.
You're getting a Gaia's Cradle.
I'm getting a Gaia's Cradle. I don't have to tell you that, but what the hell else could I possibly be getting right now? I'm gonna pass turn.
Okay. Untap.
See, joke's on you. I don't even run Cradle.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Draw a card for turn. Sylvan Library trigger. Draw 2 more. I am going to pay 4.
There we go. Here's what I'm putting on top.
Land 1,
What are you putting on top, Dan?
land 2.
This one right here.
Yeah, that seems
worth a try.
appropriate. Move to combat.
You got it.
What's combat?
Dan.
How Dan loses this game.
Tasigur at you, Dan.
25. And 4 Tasigur damage.
Exile
relevant.
your Bayou? Con Sphinx?
Ugh.
Wow.
Pass the turn.
So Simon, you gonna do anything?
I am doing stuff.
You are.
Primarily, I'm ruining the game for you.
I was already behind. I don't know if you needed to do much.
When you draw, I'll draw 2.
I'm doing it.
Yep. I'm gonna play a Shaman of Forgotten Ways.
That's the biorhythm dude, isn't it?
Correct, but the clause is power 8 or more.
And you have 3, 5, 6. He is a power 2, isn't he?
Yeah, you have.
You have
yeah,
power
you have
8.
8 power. You
We
are
don't need to
formidable.
mention that. These are tokens.
Okay.
Combat.
Yep.
So combat goes blockers, attackers, damage. How does combat work? Look, I know there's 7 phases of combat.
Yes.
There's, is I going to go into combat? I is going to go into combat. Was that the correct move to go into combat?
No, that's the end step of combat.
That's the, oh, yes.
You forgot
Yes.
Smorg and Face.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. And take back attacks, because blockers seemed like a thing that nobody else had.
That one's important. That one's real important.
No, the first step of combat is that Dan takes 6.
That's an appropriate step of
this,
combat.
This biorhythm is going to gain me life. Anything else?
I'm gonna pass.
Are there any more lands in graveyards?
There's
Yes.
a Windswept Heath in Simon's graveyard.
There
Untap.
might be.
Upkeep. I would like to exile the Windswept Heath in your graveyard, Simon.
In your upkeep?
In my upkeep, yes.
Alright.
I'm going to add a white, and then I'm going to swords the Sphinx.
I gain 4.
Draw.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play a land.
I'm shocked.
No, it's an underground sea. And I'll pass turn.
End of your turn. I'm going to activate Yisan. Any response?
I'm
No.
gonna cry.
I am just going to
Yeah.
let the Yisan resolve and take it up to 2. That sounds like a good idea.
What verse are you playing? The second one, but like
Nothing.
yeah, but he's still playing a verse.
Yisan fumbles a bit on his harp and drops it on his toe.
But he still gets the verse counter.
We just played it through. It was the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but isn't the bridge usually at the end of the song?
No, it's in between verse 1. Actually, it's in between chorus 1 and verse 2.
Because it bridges the chorus and the second
Yeah.
verse.
I'm going to Sylvan. I'm going to take 8. Dan.
What's up?
Tasigur at you.
I'll take for 15 and 8 Tasigur damage.
Also Deep Shadow.
That's a card.
Arbor Elf.
And by
Yeah.
that I mean
Necro. Necropotence.
9.
Any responses to
Yeah.
Necro?
No.
Okay.
nope.
I'm going to pay 3 into Necro right now. And pass the turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go to my anthem stuff.
After all, you have shut off my ad nauseum thoroughly.
I'm going to draw.
You still have Angel's Grace.
Oh, with all this mana.
I know, actually, that's the reason why I want you dead, is because the Thorn is shutting you down.
Yeah.
And Gilded Drake shut down Simon.
I do not
I'm gonna play
disagree.
Elvish Visionary and draw a card.
That's good.
Seems very mediocre.
You're very mediocre.
I know.
I'm gonna play a Azusa. Lost but still seeking for mates. I'm gonna play a Forest.
All of
And
Simon's
then
actions are
this
special
this
actions.
this damn combat phase again.
Pile coming at me.
Yep.
I'll go to 9.
For 8 damage, yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
Alright. What can I rip off the top to not die next turn? That's not going to do it. There's no more lands in graveyards, are there?
No.
Oh, so I can do actual nothing. I will pass the turn.
Okay, so for those of you who are watching...
Oh, did you attack me with the biorhythm dude?
Yeah.
Sorry,
That's
I'm
why I
at
said you
7.
take 9.
I activate
Yeah.
Yisan. Can you guess what comes out at verse 3? Good old Leo.
Yeah.
Cards in hand?
Boy.
I
I'm
got all
hellbent.
7.
Oh yeah, you haven't cast
Man.
anything. You really haven't cast
Wow.
anything at all.
Hey, Dan. Do you
What?
you run 28 lands in your deck, don't you?
I do.
So like you should just
untap.
be drawing them left and right.
I should be.
That's draw phase. Necro and Sylvan kind of counter each other in that regard. Play land 1 for turn. Move to combat. Dan?
Yeah.
This is at 3 versus. You've got these guys coming at you.
I
A 3/3 and a 4/5.
would like to block Tasigur.
Sure.
I will take 3, going to 4.
This and this. Time Twister
Yep.
with Leo out.
Simon still gets to draw a card.
Yep.
That is card advantage.
Now, let's see.
Yeah, pretty close.
Untap a forest. 1, 2, 3. Reality shift the biorhythm, dude.
Exiles.
Exiles and you manifest the top card. At that point, I pass the turn.
Yep. Scrub Ranger.
Not bad. I've seen
No.
better, though.
This is correct.
Yep.
I've seen a lot better.
Dan.
Yes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage your way through 4 creatures.
I would
And
like...
Cameron, you take 5 in the air.
Okay.
I would like to declare Bird of Paradise as a blocker on the Manifest.
Yep.
I would like to tap it for a blue mana.
Mm-hmm.
Cast Brainstorm.
Okay.
Yeah.
He draws a card.
I will go to 1 life.
Cameron, you take the 5 in the
I
air.
take 5 in the air. End of turn. I activate Deathrite and exile Brainstorm. Each of you guys lose 2.
I will die as a state-based action.
Sounds like a good idea. I'm going to activate Yisan and bump him up to 4. I fail to find at 4. Here we go. We move to untaps. I skip my draw phase. Play a land for the turn. 1. Play a land for the turn. 2. Let's activate Yisan. And I'm going to untap a forest over here. Activate Yisan. Go to 5. Get a Seedborn Muse.
Yep.
Coffers for 4 black.
That's a play.
5 pay into Tasigur. Do you want to give me a burgeoning or a reality shift?
Burgeoning.
3 more, activate Tasigur again. Birds of Paradise, reality shift, or Aetherflux Reservoir.
Birds.
Okay.
Yeah, birds.
All right. Cast birds. Pay 4 life into Necropotence. Move to end step.
Okay.
4 cards to hand. Discarding 2 lands. Pass the turn.
Hang on, where'd you discard them to?
To exile.
Alright, good. Cheers.
Yep.
Five in the air.
I activate coffers, adding 1, 2, 3, 4 black. 3 black, 2 green. I activate Tasigur.
Yep.
Beast Within, Demir Charm, Aetherflux Reservoir, or Reality Shift.
Charm.
Demir Charm. Okay. I've got a black floating. Demir Charm, destroy target bird with power 2 or less.
Yep.
Block the 3/3 with Birds of Paradise.
Yes.
Pay a black, or pay a green. Exile birds, I gain 2 life.
Yep.
Activate Yisan, go to 6. I think I failed to find. Yep, failed to find at 6. You're past the turn then?
Yeah. Okay. I do.
Untap. For 2 black floating, activate Yisan. Put 3 blue or 3 blue in the mana pool. So 2 black and 3 blue floating. Get a Palinchron. Untap the lands. Use the 2 black to reactivate Cabal Coffers. For 4, cast Yawgmoth's Will. Play land for turn. Strip mine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Aetherflux Reservoir. Burgeoning.
Yeah.
I gain 3. I've got 3 blues still floating. Dimir Signet, gain 4. Time Twister, gain 5.
Yep.
Gain 6. Lose 1 Thought Vessel. Gain 7. Untap target forest. Phantasmal Image. Gain 8. Comes into play as Palinchron. I untap 7 lands. Now I have Infinite Storm with Phantasmal Image as a Palinchron.
And
Pay 4 to pick it up. Pay 2 to recast it as a Palinchron, and I generate 1 mana. I do that until my storm is 100, and then I dome you for 50.
In response to laser,
Yes.
I concede.
Well, pulled out a win. It felt like a super grindy game, but when you've got total control on a game, it can really feel like that, where you just counter and don't really care about anything they do. I want to talk about a few things real quick. One is the turn 2 Yisan and how many different ways I could have answered that, because it didn't look like Dan was going to. And then also some of the appropriate timings for spells that I had to wait for. So from my opening hand, I had no interaction whatsoever. After seeing the Soul Ring, I know a turn 2 Yisan's coming up. From my deck, I have 7 different things that could answer the early Yisan. A Gilded Drake, Rapid Hybridization, Dimir Charm, and a few others, all that I could reasonably cast at 3 mana at that point. So I had about a 15% chance of drawing an answer by the time by the time I hit my turn 2. So I was a little lucky in that regard. It wasn't 100% I could do it, but I drew Gilded Drake on turn 1. So that 15% chance pulled through, and I didn't even need to fetch to make it a little bit higher percentage. At that point, Dan was already mana screwed. He didn't hit a land on turn 2. He didn't even cast anything on turn 2. He just passed the turn. So Gilded Drake sealing Yisan made it so he couldn't do any of his tutors, made it so Simon was pretty much out of the game unless he drew cards, and he'd already dumped a lot of cards out of his hand. So at that point, my plan was really just to make sure Dan stayed mana screwed, and that Simon didn't get Yisan back or didn't get creature tutors to go through. And that was one of the things with the first Green Sun Zenith. He was going to Green Sun Zenith for 2. I wasn't too sure what he was going to get, but I waited for Dan to see if he had any sort of answer. And the nice part with Tasigur is that your other opponents are also kind of playing for you. Dan knew that if Simon got Yisan back, the game was probably going to be over. And Simon knew that if Dan got mana, the game was probably going to be over, because Dan still had a grip full of cards for a super long time. So Dan stopping Simon from Green Sun Zenithine, it wasn't needed. I did have Shadow of Doubt at that point, but because I waited for Dan to actually interact and not just jumped out and said, I've got an answer, I was able to wait and Shadow of Doubt the Summoner's Pact, which was just a huge blowout. I mean, that's a recent addition. It's kind of a way I was looking at dealing with Doomsdays and dealing with Moonweaver and all the other creature tutors, and it's just been amazing. Every single time I've cast it, it's been a blowout. So after that, I actually just looked at what was the best way I could keep Dan off of mana, and I went and dredged away all the lands in my graveyard. Yes, I had a Deathrite Shaman out. He did too. I preferred to make sure that he had the least amount of mana as possible, and just got Tasigur out, then started working on making sure I had answers to anything they did till I could get some sort of combo and then just win. Getting a Reservoir out made it so Palancron is almost just a victory on its own. I ended up time twisting into the Phantasmal Image, and Reservoir just wins. It's so good in that regard. What's kind of funny is it was added as incremental life gain just because of how much this deck kills itself, but it's turned into a combo with so many different things that I don't even have to try and I can win with it. So thanks for watching. See you guys again next week.